Alrighty guys, this is Andrew, and today we're going to be talking about the biggest stud in all of Overwatch, shall we say. Everyone's favorite grizzled, tan, half-naked, man-bun-wearing studly stud. And no, I'm not talking about Roadhog, I am talking about Hanzo. He's easily both, the most hated hero and the most loved hero in all of Overwatch. I know it's a pretty interesting mix, but because some time has passed since the changes to his projectile speed, his walking while aiming speed, and the changes to his hitbox, all that has gone live, I figured I would give you guys my thoughts on Hanzo. So, TLDR of this entire video is that he is better, but still And I guess there's two sides to the coin here, right? So to elaborate, I definitely feel like there's a lot more quote-unquote good Hanzo players now, considering his arrows are way more consistent. I actually feel like you're being rewarded for aiming them rather than just random lob shots. And let's just face it, guys, as big as the headshots are or were for Hanzo's arrows, if a projectile moves very slowly over long distances, at a certain point, it's just gonna feel like guesswork and luck, Matter of fact, in my old Hanzo tutorial, I even encourage people to just shoot at high traffic corner areas at around head level to get their kills. Now, after patch, I feel like, at least to me anyways, I have a lot more confidence in landing my shots in open areas, not just at choke points. I can actually aim and shoot moving targets now. His strafe speed also helps him because while it may not seem like a lot, just being able to move in and out of cover while aiming, that helps a lot offensively and defensively. I also don't feel nearly as shitty in competitive matches with a Hanzo on our team as I did before. Before, I would just feel awful and I would just know there would be a dead weight. Nowadays, I can honestly say that there have been a good number of times when I've been pleasantly surprised by a half-decent Hanzo that was actually doing quite a bit of work on our team. Who knows though, I mean, maybe I've been lucky with good Hanzos, but I want to say between Season 1 and Season 2, there's definitely been a shift in Hanzo play, at least performance anyways. Now, don't get it twisted, I'm not saying that Hanzo is going to be a good pick in a lot of situations. In fact, I would say in most situations he's probably not a good pick. I mean, taking a look at the character design, I want to say he's still inconsistent damage, right? I mean, he's a projectile-based sniper, he doesn't have hit scan, he doesn't have AoE like Pharah, so unless you're disgustingly good with landing shots, I mean, okay, even then, a lot of times you may be better off switching to another role. And the reason why I'm saying that isn't because I'm saying you're a bad Hanzo player. I'm sure you're an excellent Hanzo player. But let's take a look at the hard facts here. What is popular in the meta right now, right? We got Mercies, we got Lucios, we got Zenyatas everywhere. We got Winstons, we got Zaryas. Tanks in general, I mean, they can really put a kink into Hanzo's game just because of their barriers or shields can block or give cover to their teammates a lot of times. The supports that I just mentioned, a lot of them can counter Hanzo pretty easily. I mean, say if you land a Dragon Strike on 5 enemies, right, on top of a Graviton Surge. Zenyatta, he's probably one of the most picked heroes right now in this season. He can just pop a Transcendence, which by the way is not too difficult to get if you're Zenyatta because he can do so much damage. He's pretty much negating those two ultimates. Same goes to Lucio, and if neither of those two landed, then you have a Mercy getting her 5-man play the game right there, right then with the res. So I feel like Hanzo's ultimate isn't that great. I mean, sure, it's good for zoning, In fact, a lot of times that I've seen a good Hanzo ult go off is before fights where, the Hanzo shoots at a choke point through some walls, zones people out, maybe get a few good picks on the squishies. But I honestly feel like at this current time, there's just too many counters to Hanzo's ultimate. But that isn't to say that Hanzo's completely useless or weak. If you're able to land your shots accurately, which is, by the way, considerably more efficient, more consistent than before, then he's quite viable. The damage is nice. However, that's the problem, is you have to land your shots. He's sort of an all or nothing hero here. If you don't have the skill or maybe a little luck in landing the shots, then you're kind of dead weight. However, I will say though, keep an eye out for the recent influx of Mei into the Overwatch meta. I would say Mei and Hanzo actually make a pretty decent pairing, because now that Blizzard goes through shields, you know, you can actually bypass a lot of tanks, you can line up headshots on your counters, you know, Zen, Mercy, Lucio, etc. And it's like a true stun, so no abilities can be cast during that time, you know. May actually, you know, introduce more Hanzo play, and wow, May rhymes with everything. But yeah, even her regular freeze is half decent for Hanzo to line up his shots with. But then again, at that point, you have to wonder, like, why would you want to have two heroes to output the damage of one DPS hero? I don't know. But anyways, that's sort of a random thought I had. In either case, I want to say that unless you're actually good with Hanzo, and in certain situations, he's not too bad of a pick. Otherwise, if you're playing Hanzo and you're not picking up the kills within the first, I don't know, first couple of minutes in a round, it might be a good idea to swap off. You know, if I was to change Hanzo, like, as the character, I would maybe adjust his Dragon Strike to be a little bit faster than what it is right now, just because it just feels so slow and clunky. But anyways, let me know what you guys think on Hanzo down in the comments section below. Since the buff, do you think he is much stronger now, too strong, or still too weak and not really that good of a reliable pick? Keep me posted, guys. Until next time, I'll see you around.